Welcome to the Intuitive Hour with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
I would venture to say that at some juncture you found yourself saying, I just know it. When someone asks why you made a specific decision, for example, or maybe you suddenly knew to take a different route from work, completely avoiding a massive traffic jam, or perhaps you thought of a friend you haven't spoken to in months, and 5 seconds later, boom, your phone lit up with a text from them. If you're nodding your head right now, welcome to the club. You're already tapping into your inner psychic abilities. Specifically, you're experiencing something called claircognizance, which is just a fancy word for clear knowing. Welcome everybody to the Intuitive Hour. This is Michelle Beltran. I'm your host, and we're talking about claircognizance and how to activate it. This sense of I knew it, I just knew it, otherwise known as the gut sense. Welcome, let's begin. I remember a time I'd like to share with you when I was absolutely convinced I shouldn't go to a specific networking event. My logical left brain kept yelling at me. It seemed like, you need to go. It's good for your career. So, I forced myself, to be quite honest, to get ready to go, spilled coffee on my white blouse on the way out the door, and ended up sitting in the wrong venue for an hour because the event had been moved. My inner knowing had tried to save me, but I didn't listen. So we've all been there, right? Let's cozy up now, grab a cup of coffee, and explore what claircognizance is. It's actually more simple than you think. Don't overthink it. Claircognizance is the psychic ability, simply put, to just know something without any logical reasoning or physical evidence. You receive information directly from the higher consciousness or the spiritual realm. It doesn't come as loud as a booming voice or a cinematic vision, of course. It's usually arriving as a spontaneous idea, a deep gut feeling, or a sudden, unshakable realization. The term actually comes from the French word meaning clear, for clair, and connaissance, meaning knowledge. It's so much more than a random hunch, everyone. It's an absolute truth that drops into your mind in a flash. When I offer sessions and readings with clients, claircognizance is my absolute best friend. It's a subtle but incredibly powerful psychic channel. You don't have to be a professional medium to use this, though. You can use it to navigate your daily life, regardless what you do, what you're learning, where your spiritual knowledge is. And here's a secret. Even if you're not giving psychic sessions or supporting clients, or it's your mainstream business, claircognizance is constantly whispering to you, encouraging you to trust yourself, nudging you when that left brain GPS system insists on turning left or going a different direction. So where exactly does this magical knowing come from? Let's talk about your crown chakra, because that is the seat, the center, the gateway. It's located right at the top of your head. The crown chakra is the 7th energy center in your body. It radiates a vibrant, beautiful violet color. You can think of it as an energetic seat of your spiritual connection and intuitive knowing, and it's literally your personal Wi-Fi antenna connecting you to divine wisdom. When this chakra is open, activated, and balanced, it allows you to receive high-level insights, brilliant ideas, and sweet guidance without any interference from your ego or your fears. All right, so let's do a quick crown chakra activation right now today to help you begin and open to this gift. Let's open this right now and connect with it. It's super simple. With me now, everyone together, take a deep belly breath. Good, breathing in and exhaling. Visualize now a vibrant violet light spinning gently right at the top of your head, nestled there. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Imagine this beautiful light now becoming alive, warm, and full of sparkly energy. Focus your awareness now on this area and simply observe how it feels. Excellent. By doing this, you're sending a clear text message, if you will, to your higher self that says, "Hey, I am ready and open to receive some intuitive guidance." That is your first most powerful and profound step. One thing to note, everyone, like any energetic center, your crown chakra benefits from regular love and awareness. So do you spend enough time outside? For example, nature, it turns out, is food for this chakra. Even just lying on some grass and gazing at the sky for 10 minutes can fast-track the flow of knowing. Are you hydrating and sleeping well? Don't skip the basics. Spiritual upgrades need a healthy system to anchor into. How now do you know if you are claircognizant? Recognizing your own claircognizance begins with paying attention to the words you use every day. We often reveal our strongest psychic senses in our casual conversations. Do you often find yourself saying things like, "I just know this is the right decision for me"? "I knew they were going to say that." Or, "Something tells me this isn't the right path." Compare that to someone who uses clairaudience, which is clear hearing, who might say, "I hear what you're saying." Or someone who is clairvoyant, which is clear seeing, who says, "I see what you mean." Okay, so if you're constantly dropping "I know" statements, congratulations, you are likely a natural claircognizant. So claircognizance comes often disguised as common sense, everyone, or a flash even of inspiration. But don't sell yourself short. Revisit your life, and I bet you'll find dozens of "I just knew it" moments you never gave yourself credit for. Your instinct when picking friends, knowing when to check in on someone, or getting a major creative idea while shampooing your hair. Yep, that's your gift in action, everyone. So tune in and listen to those magical moments. Let's have a moment of real talk. Here's the messy, behind-the-scenes truth. Not every thought that pops into your head is a psychic download. Sometimes it's just your brain reminding you to buy that oat milk, for example. Don't overthink it. As you develop your abilities, it's so important to learn the difference between your regular mental chatter and actual psychic insight. I used to struggle with this constantly. I would second guess everything, wondering if my ego was just playing tricks on me. Here's the secret to telling them apart. Logical thoughts come from your conscious mind. They usually involve heavy analysis, pros and cons lists, and they often carry a little bit of anxiety or fear-based thinking. Sometimes they'll be linear, like a story, one leading to another in terms of thought. Claircognizance feels like a calm, completely detached knowing. It arrives without any effort. It doesn't need to argue with you or prove itself. It just is. My number one biggest tip: if the information feels high vibrational, clear, loving, and completely ego-free, you are definitely receiving true claircognizance guidance. One extra tip about your gut and reflection. I call them gut checks. If you're still not sure, here's a little exercise. Pause and quietly review your last spontaneous knowing. Did you feel a rush of excitement, or was it calm and matter of fact? High vibe guidance tends to arrive peacefully, even if it's asking you to make a hard choice. It often feels neutral and loving, never shaming or anxious, and if you want to double check, jot it down. Claircognizant hits usually prove themselves with time. Beautiful signs you're tapping in. How does this actually show up, this claircognizance ability, in real everyday life, you might be asking? Well, here are a few common ways you might expect to experience the gift. First off, it's a sudden drop-in. Ideas will literally drop into your mind fully formed. You suddenly know how to fix a complex problem at work, or you know exactly what to say to a friend who is hurting. You know it's true, but if someone asks you how you know, you just shrug and say, I just do. 2. Inspired creativity. Are you a writer, artist, or musician? Have you ever lost track of time while creating? And when you look at your finished work, you think, wow, did I actually make that? That is divine download, my friends. The ideas are flowing through you, not just from you. 3. Knowing without learning. You might find that you can understand complex concepts or read people's true intentions within seconds of meeting them. You don't need a deep background story. Your soul simply recognizes the truth of the situation. And last, number 4, those random nudges that prove true. Sometimes claircognizance comes as a persistent nudge. You keep thinking of a specific book, person, or opportunity, and then out of the blue, it becomes relevant or pops up in your life. Take note. Start tracking these weird coincidences, I like to call them, in a journal. You'll very soon start to spot a pattern. The really fun part now, everyone, how to develop your claircognizance. If you're ready to strengthen that psychic muscle, listen in. It takes trust, patience, and a little bit of practice. I'd like to share with you all now my favorite simple ways to develop your clear knowing. That begins with embracing your daydreams. If you didn't know it, daydreams are one of the most overlooked psychic tools. When your conscious mind is distracted, like when you're folding laundry, singing in the shower, or watering plants, your subconscious swings right into motion, the door wide open for intuitive messages. Try setting an intention tomorrow morning to be aware of your daydreams. Keep a little notebook nearby, jot down any recurring thoughts or sudden ideas. You will be amazed at the patterns and insights that show up when you're not trying so hard. And here's a little pro tip, everyone. Nap wisely. Yes, gentle rest can help too. Some of the most spot-on downloads have come right when I'm waking or drifting off to sleep in that hypnagogic space, we call it. If you ever wake up with sudden clarity, your claircognizance was busy on the night shift. Have a journal on your nightstand or notes app handy. All right, starting with automatic writing. This is my absolute favorite. This is a way to connect with your claircognizance, similar to journaling, but with a spiritual twist to it. And here's how you do it. Very simple, 4 steps. Ask the universe a question out loud. Keep it simple, such as, what do I need to know today, universe? Pick up your favorite pen and just start writing whatever comes into your mind. Do not judge it. Do not edit your grammar. Do not overthink. Just write. Continue in a flow. If you want to draw a squiggly line, draw it. Do this for 5 minutes. Perhaps you listen to music as well. I highly recommend delta wave music if so. Then after this, read what you wrote. The first time I tried this, I wrote 2 pages of absolute gibberish, and you might too, and that's okay. But this was all followed by one single sentence that completely changed my perspective on a relationship I was working through at the time. So give yourself permission to be messy with this and allow the high vibration, intuition, and knowing to drop right in through it. Also, remember everyone to do a daily Crown Chakra check-in. That means find a quiet spot, take a few deep breaths, and visualize that beautiful violet light at the top of your head. And just hold the intention to receive divine knowledge for the day. You don't need to force anything. Over time, you might start feeling a gentle tingling or warmth on the crown of your head. Whenever I feel that little tingle, I know my guides are trying to send me a text message, a hello, and connect with me. Some more what I would call advanced ways to refine your claircognizant gifts. If you're really ready to move these abilities, let's move the needle from randomly cool to reliably strong. Here's how to become a master of clear knowing. First, develop a ritual for receiving. Having a regular practice or ritual primes your system. Maybe you light a candle before you're journaling. Wear a specific stone. I recommend amethyst. Simply take 3 mindful breaths to declare, I'm open to guidance. Rituals tell your subconscious it's go time for downloads. You want to be doing this. Number 2, surround yourself with inspiration. Yes, that's right. The company you keep can either stoke or block your intuitive flow. So surround yourself with uplifting, open-minded souls. Read or listen to spiritual books, watching inspiring talks, and spend time in places that tune your spirit. Nature, creative workshops, or even your favorite plant shop. Inspiration is fuel for claircognizance. I cannot say enough for practice, practice, practice. Number 3, your psychic ability is like a muscle. It needs to be worked. Tuning into guidance works best with daily repetition. Take 10 minutes every morning to ask for a download and record what comes. Over time, you'll get better at separating your clear knowing from overthinking or wishful thinking. 4, cultivate trust over perfection. The number 1 block to refining your claircognizant gifts is fear of being wrong. Perfectionism will lock those doors fast, everyone. Instead, play a game. Jot down your knowings before they can be proven. It's okay to be surprised by how many you get right or to laugh about the mix-ups. It should be fun. Next, notice your triggers and your energy leaks. By this, I mean pay attention to situations, people, or places that leave you feeling fuzzy, scattered, or flat. Sometimes your claircognizance struggles when you're overwhelmed or energetically drained. Gentle boundaries, regular wet rest, as we've talked about, and energetic clearing like cord cuttings, they keep your channel clear. Number 6, create spaciousness, mentally and physically. A cluttered environment can make it really tough for psychic inspiration to find its way in, so try simplifying your workspace, leaving open time in your schedule and spending a few minutes every day doing nothing at all. Spaciousness invites clarity. You want to make sure that you're working with symbolism and signs, everyone. Claircognizance sometimes pairs with symbols or recurring themes. If you're drawn to certain shapes, animals, numbers, or words, explore what they mean for you. The universe loves to communicate through layered hints, so being open and curious to their meanings can guide your knowing even deeper. And last, ask empowering questions. Fine-tune your downloads by asking open, positive questions instead of, will I succeed at this project? Try instead, what do I need to know to thrive at this project? Much better. The clearer your questions, the clearer the answers that land. As we wind down our episode today, everyone, I'd like to leave you with a few fun exercises to level up your claircognizance. We want to make this development fun and a little less intimidating. So try these few things on your own or with a friend. The first I recommend is claircognizant guessing game. Every morning, jot down something you just know will happen that day. Maybe who will call, what color shirt your coworker wears, or how you'll feel by dinner. Don't force it. Check back at the day's end and tally your hits. This light-hearted practice takes the pressure off and strengthens your trust muscle. Affirmations are very helpful. Try repeating the phrase, my inner knowing is growing stronger every day. I trust the guidance I receive. Words matter. Affirming your gift encourages it to bloom. Affirmations are fun. Invite them in. Finally, find your Claire buddy, I call it. Share your intuition adventures with someone else who's curious or practicing. Encourage each other, compare stories, celebrate the wins, and the funny mix-ups as well. Psychic community is like a miracle grow, if you will, for your gifts. Developing your gifts requires a lot of self-trust, everyone. Your claircognizance will grow stronger the more you use it and the more you believe in it. You are a beautiful, natural conduit for intuitive wisdom. Whether it comes through a sudden burst of inspiration, an urge to call a friend, or an unexplainable sense of peace, your inner guidance is always there, waiting to support you. All you have to do is listen. Some days you'll feel like a psychic superhero. Other days you'll wonder if your download was just indigestion. Well, you're in good company, because that does happen to all of us. But keep playing, keep trusting, and most of all, keep being you. With that, we will bring this episode to a close. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I look forward to meeting with you all next week.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Intuitive Hour, please consider following, rating, and reviewing the podcast at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You're welcome to access Michelle's free controlled remote viewing exercise that will empower you to uncover answers to your burning questions about lost objects, events, or people in the past, present, or future. Visit michellebeltran.com to access this free offering and rediscover what was once lost.